Welcome to Joe's Astrology. This is the birth chart for Olivia Rodrigo. And she's a Pisces sun, Capricorn rising, and Moon in Libra conjunct the MC. A couple planets in Aquarius. And I don't know that much about Olivia Rodrigo, but I just checked out an interview that she did. It was seemed like a very scripted interview on YouTube. Other than that, I don't really know much about her. I think she's a singer, songwriter, and we see here with the Pisces sun conjunct Uranus in Pisces and Aquarius. The Pisces sun, her being a singer, performer. We see songwriter with Neptune conjunct Mercury in Aquarius, where Mercury is exalted in the second house, so we could see some money related to being a songwriter, being a performer, a singer. And she's got Uranus at 28 degrees. I just did David Goggins. I think he has his sun at 28 degrees. So very interesting. More synchronicities there. Look at this moon. In the interview, she said that she was very emotional. She was asked about Pisces. She said she likes to swim, very emotional. And we see the moon, even though it's in Libra, it's conjunct the MC. The moon is ruled by, or the moon rules Cancer, very emotional sign. So even though it's in Libra, with the moon there on the MC, she would be very much like a Cancer, very emotional for sure. We see that moon also making a square to Venus in the first house in Capricorn. And the moon is making a sextile to Pluto, while Pluto is also making a conjunction to Mars. The moon is also making a square to Saturn. So this person is definitely going to have a very emotional life, and she's going, even though there's no Virgo, she does have Saturn in the 6th. Even watching the interview, she definitely seemed like a person who is going to go within herself and do some therapy, do some self-reflection. She said in the interview that she wanted to spend more time alone this year, as I guess it was maybe like a yearly goal. What are her goals for this year? She wanted to spend more time alone. So without really looking further into this chart, we see that it's almost as if she's this big celebrity, but she's moving towards this idea of kind of being humble, self-reflection, going within herself, kind of bringing herself down from the, not really, can't think of the word, but like from the giant persona that she's created. So let's take a look at that in the chart. We see she's a Pluto in the 12th. So that is like a Pisces soul here with Pluto in the 12th. So where she's coming from, and her south node is in the 11th. So where she's coming from is a place where, even though it's in Sagittarius, you could say she's coming from this place of aloofness, of being very much ethereal, and she's had to move into the space of the 6th house in Gemini here in order to make a name for herself. And that's kind of what I've seen through the video. It's almost kind of looks very much acted. We see she has Jupiter in Leo, as if, and this isn't a negative thing, it's almost as if she's in a life where she's really forced to act out and be an actor, Neptune, singer, songwriter, but more so like being an actor in order to get paid and live up to this Jupiter in Leo. Jupiter in Leo in the 8th, say where she receives good benefit here in the 8th of other people's money and being a creative, a performer. And I bet if I presented this to her, see, some people would ignore this, but with someone like her, I bet if I presented this to her, she would be like, that's exactly right. And she might even say she doesn't like it, but that's the way it is. And you can definitely see that in the interview. And she also, with Venus in the first, we see that Jupiter in the eighth of other people's money in Leo, and then we have Venus in the first uh, in Taurus, where in the Taurus decan, where it would like to be, even though it's in Capricorn, but it's in the first, and you could see she would receive good fortune from herself, from promoting herself, and we can see more of the Virgo with the Saturn in the sixth, the um, Venus Saturn. No, I'm sorry. It was the Sun Jupiter quincunx, the Virgo inconjunct. And there was another one here somewhere. I'll have to come back to it. Ruler of the chart is that Saturn in the sixth. So definitely a person who has good work ethic, willing to work hard. Kind of saw in the video when she was doing the interview, they were just going question after question, constantly moving. And that is you can see there's not really much retrograde here. That's kind of reminds me of more of an act, more of a performance, more of a, let's get this over with because I have to move on to my next task. Kind of banging out the schedule for the day. I really like this moon though here in the on the midheaven, even though it's in Libra. It's in the Aquarius decan, and you can see with that moon in Libra, she's very relatable. She's probably very much a chameleon. She can be a different person for many different people. It's also making a trine to that Neptune in Aquarius. So you can see very much related to the money for her survival, for her just for her income, that she has to be this type of chameleon in order to make money. And she's you see the part of fortune, it's in Taurus as well. And people like this moon. They really like this moon. This is like the perfect combination for a performer. And this is why she's so popular. It reminds me of Selena Gomez, where you have this this huge act that people buy into. And it's partially because they are so emotional, and that emotional energy just draws people in. They, including myself. You think of a female just in general, the female archetype being ruled by the moon and Venus really draws people in and can be very powerful. And she, as a performer, can do that. And I see it's much larger than just being female with this moon conjunct the MC. And check out Selena Gomez. I did her chart as well. It reminds me of that because she has that moon there as well. And you often see that with these performers, these larger than life performers, especially these young girls. Now she doesn't have anything really on the north node. We see that Saturn is moving away, even though it's retrograde. We could say it's moving away from the north node. It is in the same house or same sign. The south node is in Sagittarius, moving away from Pluto. With this sun here in Pisces and that Uranus, it's squaring the nodes. We could say there's kind of a back and forth between this 12th house and 6th house. As if she's been working on this for a while and really needing to resolve this 12th house. And I think a lot of that has to do with what I was saying, is that it's kind of like, okay, I'm going to make these dreams happen, and then this dream comes true. I become larger than life, and then it's kind of a question. It's like, is this really what I want? Is this really what I want for my dreams? And I could see maybe later in life at some point, especially as Pluto goes through Aquarius here and really transits these planets, if she's really being honest with herself, she may disappear. Now that might not happen, but I mean disappear in the sense that she she's like, okay, I did the larger than life, big time performer. I fulfilled that desire, and now I want to take a step back, and you'll see the other side of Pisces, where they're, I say, disappearing, escaping, and may go do something that's more down to earth and out of the public's eye. Just some speculation there. We'll see. It's a long transit with Pluto there through Aquarius. I'll leave it there for now. Hope you enjoyed this, and please subscribe to the channel if you enjoy astrology and tarot. I have lots of other videos on astrology and many more astrology breakdowns to check out if you're interested in that. And I hope you have a great day.